world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, there goes those messages again. Get in my way. How is everyone doing? Happy Saturday moment. Right place, right time. We're doing an actual Saturday moment. Y'all know that's a big deal for me in this month because it's been popping. August and September have been very special, okay? But welcome to a moment of harmony. I am Harmony Davis Brown, affectionately known as Mama Harmony by those that are still connected to my community work and advocacy work. I am so excited to have a moment with you. Every time I'm blessed to have a moment with you. I am blessed to exchange. I am blessed for us to be together. It is so exciting and fulfilling for me. So thank you for joining me. Those that live in the Baltimore DMV area, we are like having a storm today. It is a gray day. I have had Joseph Solomon on replay like all day. You know what I'm saying? Letting the storm make love to me, recreating myself. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your downtime. This is that hermit weather. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of that space for you. I know that this is sacred space. Okay, when the earth cleanses itself, a sacred time and a sacred space. And you took the time out today to join me. And all of those that watch me on the playback, you watch me throughout the week when you're cooking, cleaning, raising, rearing, those that call my voicemail, you know how it goes down, right? In the office, in the boardroom, whatever you're doing. And you get your moment. I'm always grateful for you. This moment is definitely for you when you find it, when you receive it, when you exchange. I appreciate your love and your energy and your light. We are in a 33-week reflection series. We have come out of numerous series under the umbrella of a moment of harmony. We are now in a reflection series. We have been looking back at it. Okay, we've been Sankofaing, we've been responsibly being spiritually responsible for self, and just going back and being present at the same time, okay? Going back and being present, the art of it, the chemistry of it, right? I definitely want to give quick. This is like a birthday weekend. I got some special young Prince twin birthdays today. Happy birthday to those lovely young men. Happy birthday to the doc. His birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. Much love to you always and forever. Happy birthday to Mama Nzenga. Her on and popping. The trio gonna turn out what we do. We're gonna do what we do. And just definitely birthday blessings to anyone that is going on. What are we coming out of? Virgo season, going into Libra season? We're going into some air sign territory. I love it. I'm in love with that. So happy birthday to you all. And, enjoy this time. Enjoy this space with self. Enjoy the space with loved ones. Enjoy growth and new chapters. We embrace them, okay? Here at a moment of harmony, we embrace new chapters. I'm going to get us just a little bit situated. Y'all know I always feel like the camera is in my personal space. So, and I want to be personal with you, but I want us all to have a space. I am an aqua gang, aqua gang. At the end of the day, I do need my space. So yes, but let us get into our moment today. I am excited about this session's reflection. This session is entitled Reflect on the Weight. And you know what? I don't even think I added a description to this. I want to go back and do that at the end so that you guys know what this one is entitled. Reflect on the Weight. And this is two-part weight. This is a weight, WEIGHT, and weight, WAIT. Y'all know I'm an educator, so y'all know I'm going to go in and throw my little specialties in there when I can. The weight. Reflect on the weight. Mama Harmony, why are we reflecting on the weight? Why are we looking back at the weight? Two parts to this session. We are reflecting on the weight because the weight is crushing us, right? Remember we just did pressure not that long ago. Because the weight, both weights, the weight, the extra baggage, the heaviness, our hearts aren't light as a feather. We want to do something about that. And then the weight, ooh, y'all, we are finding pain in patience instead of perseverance in patience. And we want to switch that thing around. No worries, we will get into that today, okay? reflect on the weight. When we're looking into our lives right now, we're just feeling heavy. Right there, we're feeling the weight of life. We're feeling the weight of growth. We're feeling the weight of transformation because it is all heavy. I know a lot of time light workers, we will talk about growing and expanding as this very beautiful process that makes us feel like 100 grand, but it is a arduous process. Healing is a tedious, torturous process that does get you to a place of a betterment, of empowerment, of encouragement, of transcendence, right? You will get to another level of yourself, but it is definitely not without the pain. If it's hurting, it's working, okay? Now, if you're suffering, that's different. I don't want anyone to be like, oh yes, because this relationship hurts, or this job that I'm in, it hurts, or this decision that I make, it hurts. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about endurance. Endurance is necessary. Endurance is divine. Endurance is vital. Suffering is different. Suffering is without end, forever and ever on end. Suffering is without reason. Suffering is without balance. We don't want that, okay? I am talking about us being in a place where we are being held down by the things that ought to be lifting us up. We are being suffocated by the things that are to be giving us life. And how do I know what things are supposed to be lifting me up and what things are supposed to be giving me life? All things. That's the answer to that. All things, all the things, all the interactions, all the choices, all the decisions, all the exchanges are supposed to be lifting you up and giving you life. That's the answer. Y'all, come on, I gave you the cheat sheet. Where's your cheat sheet? All things should be lifting you up and giving you life. If that is not your experience within your existence, you are suffering and it is unnecessary and it is aesthetic and it will not serve you now or ever. But if you are but holding on and working through, if you are being patient and obedient and growing, it will serve you, it will transform you, it will behoove you. This is something that will benefit your life, your purpose, and your mission. So there are times right now where we are weighted. We're weighted with concern, with anxiety, with fear, with trauma. We're weighted. The heart that should be light as a feather. Y'all know how light a feather is. Look at my feathers on my earrings. So ironically, right? So divinely aligned. Light as a feather. Your heart to be light as a feather. That is the goal. When we're talking about the afterlife, or when we're talking about being in alignment with being in alignment with divine energy, we're talking about having a heart as light as a feather. The reason that we're having this session today is that because our hearts are weighted. Our lives are carrying baggage and our hearts are heavy. And a heavy heart is not a healed heart or a healing heart. Heavy means full. Light means lifted. And we want lifted hearts. It doesn't mean that we forget. It doesn't mean that we haven't experienced. It doesn't mean that we haven't been through. It means that we have transformed heavy energy and used it appropriately. We have used trauma. We have used pain. We have used disappointment as fuel, transference into our greatness just the way it was intended. So when we look back at the weight, right, because this is a reflection series, we are looking back at it all series long, right? When we look back at the weight, that we've carried in the past. When we look back at things that were heavy to us, crushing to us, holding to us, anchoring to us, and we thought that we would never lose those things. We thought that we would never lose those things. We thought those things would always be a part of us. When we reflect, we see that the things that we let go of were the things that fell off. The things that we held on to were the things that got us stuck. In our reflection, we see that the how things stayed with us relayed with us, right? It was given out, it was played out by us. How things stay with you are played by you. It's your call, it's your play, it's your life, it's your destiny, it's your purpose. How things stay with you is how they play with you. Your call. You write it out. You make it out. And when we reflect and look back on things in that way, it allows us to look at things today that we think are staying with us, stuck with us, things we can't shake, patterns that we are in, circumstances that we are stuck, unmoving, unwavering, ungraduating from. And we have to get to the point where we're saying, are we effectively reflecting on the weight, the heaviness of it, the weight, the patience of it? These things independently and interconnectedly are destroying us. The weight is what's holding your heart down from the next level that the Creator has already prepared for you. It is the weight, it is the sorrow, it is the memory, it is the pain, it is the frustration, it is the trauma, it is the upset, it is the upset that has you up and stuck in it. Has your emotions on high, has your stress on high, has your cholesterol on high, and your blood pressure on high, and everything is upset. Except for those things that should be up, growing, upward, right? The motion that is lifting us. Everything is up but your spirit. Everything is elevated but your being. Everything has reached its full capacity except for your greatness. Look and reflect. Reflect on the weight. Reflect on the weight of it. Okay. Why weight? Why do we have the weight? When we look back at the weight, we look back at the people that we carried in our hearts that were heavy. When we look back on the stories and the circumstances that we carried with ourselves, the pain and the survival methods and techniques that are just weighing us down. Why? Why the heavy load? Why the uphill battle? Some of us had hills to climb with heavy loads and jagged roads. Ashe. Some of us had hills to climb with heavy loads and jagged roads. And why? And why? I want us to think about lifting weights. Okay, so this is the first portion that we get into. Y'all know I always try my best to break our moments up into 3 sections so we can be timely. A moment can be a moment. So we're going to try to break it down into 3 parts, okay? First part is going to be the more we lift, the more you are. The more you carry, the more you have. That's our first part. Our second portion is going to be pause for the patience. And then we're going to close out this session with stop waiting and start working. Okay? That's going to be our journey through this healing session today. Come on and journey with me. Let us get through this place in our life and with more than endurance, but with growth. Let us grow through this. Ashe. And let us grow through this together. So reflect on the weight. I want us to think about working out and lifting weights. And y'all know I'm a workout bunny. I do big into the working out. It is my great passion in life. One of my greatest passions, definitely getting it out. being staying strong and healthy, right? The more weight you lift. So those of us that work out all the time, we know that you hit plateaus and you have to constantly have variation in your workout in order for your body to continue to grow. So you can maintain with the same weight you've always been working with. You can maintain that with your same old routine as long as you're consistent. But if you want change, right? If you want change, you have to change your workout. If you want change, you have to add to your weight. Balance. Because what you do when it comes to actual transformation is you have to add weight and then you take it away and then you add and you have strenuous days and then you have lighter days. Me, myself, I do cardio and bar. So I have my bar days and I have my cardio days, right? This is my balance. What I am saying though is as you lift the same weight over and over again, you stop transforming. You just begin to stay where you are. You maintain what you've already acquired or accomplished. But the more you lift, the stronger you become and the lighter the weights are that you begin lifting with. So if you start out doing 10 pounds on your bar days, and my bar is BARRE, y'all. I do still use the weights, but I ain't talking about bars like that. Don't nobody go out there saying Harmony is lifting, she doing prison workouts. I'm not, okay? I got my weights. I'm getting my weights in. Okay, but my bar is the BARRE, okay? I'm on my ballet body these days. So when you are lifting weights, okay, bear with me, follow with me. When you're lifting weights, and they start out very heavy. I know if I've had some days off. Recently we went to, shout out to Dan and Chibo. We went to Dan's bachelorette weekend. I did work out the whole weekend, right? And I don't even think I worked out the week before her, which I would never do before vacation. So your girl is tired. But and when I came home, I worked out. That workout was hitting different. If you are lifting weight and you are carrying a lot of weight, you get used to the weight. In order to become more, in order to become stronger, you have to lift a higher level of weight. What does this have to do with us reflecting on the weight? It has to do with the Creator understanding that in order for you to grow into from one season to the next, from one version of yourself to the next, from one level of yourself to the next, that the weight must be changed. Remember why the heavy load on the jagged road? The load, because the more you lift, the more you are. The more you push up, the more you gain. The stronger you became. This is the part I don't want us to miss. A lot of us think that we are weaker because of what we endured. A lot of us think, we have pity on ourselves for our histories and our challenges and our childhoods. And we think that it is because we are weaker. We think it is because we are smaller. We think it is because we are more insignificant. We sit and say, well, Creator, if you love me so much, we talked about this with pressure. Why did you give me so much? Think about it. The Creator, if you love me so much, why did you give me so much? To whom much is given. Ashe, the more you lift, the more you are. That's what the Creator is saying to you in this time. This is my message as a vessel for the Creator. The more you lift, the more you are. Some of us are running from the lifting. Some of us are mistaking the lifting for lack of love. Some of us are mistaking the lifting for a lack of life. Well, I can't live life because my load is just not light enough. My plate is just not empty enough. I'm letting you know now that the heavy weights get lighter as you get stronger. We are always thinking about the shifting instead of the strengthening. When I am carrying something heavy, I immediately want to shift it over to something light. I want to give it over to something. I'll take part in drinking or sexual addictions or drugs or alcohol or any evasive method so that I can shift the weight. I am here to tell you that the weight is intended to strengthen. You trying to pass off a load that was intended just for you to grow you in a specific way toward your specific purpose and mission. You're trying to shift weight when you should be strengthening self. Because here is the thing, the heaviness in your heart gets lighter with the lifting. It won't leave. It won't just disappear. It won't just go away. There is work to lifting, and it is the lifting that makes the heart light. See, a lot of times when we hear the concept light as a feather, I am always thinking about that. Is your heart light? I know when I'm feeling heavy. I know when I'm dragging Harmony through the day. I'm dragging Harmony through the month. I'm just trying to keep her head above water and keeping her from drowning. And I'm always cognizant that your heart is not light as a feather. And we think that lightness comes with thinking happy thoughts and being in happy spaces. Exposure is a part of your exchange. We spoke of that. It is a part of it. But I am here to tell you the secret ingredient to a light heart is lifting. It is the lifting. It is the work of self. It is the work. It is the discipline. Ooh, don't run from the lifting. The lifting makes for lightness. Don't run from the lifting. It makes for things to get lighter. Work hard now for things to be easy later. Listen, the secret ingredient to the lightness in your heart is the amount of lifting you do to self. Is the amount of lifting you do in your life. It is the amount of lifting you do in expression of growth. The more you lift, the more you are. And the more we lift, the more I get this 10-pound weight. I barely can lift it the first day. It hurts my back. Everything burns. I can barely move the next day. But then I pick it up. I do 3 reps on Monday. I do 3 reps on Tuesday. By Wednesday, I pick it up. I don't really, the reps is still, I can feel it in my back. By Thursday, by Saturday, I can do 6 reps. By Sunday, I can do 10 reps, right? The more I lifted, the stronger I became, the lighter the weights got. Come on, y'all, right? The more I lifted, the stronger I became, the lighter the weights got. See, y'all, we want the weights to do the work. You want your pain to go do away with itself. We want the weights to do the work. See, the weight is going to be the weight. It is not spiritually divine like you. It is not a being like yourself. Your pain, your trauma, your suffering, it is heavy. It is meant to be heavy, and it will sit in a heavy space. You think forgiveness will forgive itself. You think patience will endure itself. You think that these things are not going to happen. We want the weight to do the work. Weight, get lighter. I sound crazy, right? But that's what we do. We look at life and say, life, get lighter. Life, get better. Life, get easier. That's not what weights do. With the more I lift, the stronger I became, the lighter the weights became. We can sit here and we yell at life and we scream at life and we condemn life and we plead and we bargain. Let up off me. Become easy. Become doable. Become light. Life said, you want me to just become light? You are the being. You're the only thing becoming in this existence. As a being and reflection of the Creator, you are the only thing in existence that is becoming. The earth is the earth. The ocean is the ocean. Ashe. The trees are the trees. The animals are the animals. But you, divine being, human being human, experiencing life as a spirit. You are the only thing constantly becoming. But we want to look at things on the outside and hope that they become what we need. You're the only thing becoming. The more you lift, the more you are. Okay, now let's talk about the other type of weight. Heaviness, right? The more that we carry and the patience that goes along with that heaviness, right? Okay, so we have the other type of weight. The more you carry, the more you are. So when we're talking about having weight on you, right? We know that more weight you are, the more of the person you are, right? More weight you got, bigger your seat have to be, bigger the pants. You know what I'm saying? The more space you take up. When we talk about the more we carry, when we talk about going on, let's think about getting on an airplane or going traveling. The more luggage you have, the more of you there is. Those that only have one book bag, it's just them. They traveling, they going, they moving. I don't know how they do it, but that's how they moving, right? But when you have 3 and 4 bags, you got a lot of your stuff in a lot of places. The more you carry, the more you have. Creator, why have you given me so much responsibility? Why have you given me so much expectation? Why are my standards so much? Many. You have much. Therefore, you carry much. But here is the thing with carrying much. This is the whole part of it. You could have a very little bit and move very easily and lightly through this world. Or there could be much in you. Would Maya Angelou, from time to time, would have liked to just been a school teacher in a small town? Not anything against small town school teachers. I love it all. But what I'm saying is there was much to come out. That means there was much on the inside. There was much that she carried. Carrying, here's the thing. Carrying makes you the expert on your baggage. I can tell when there's something being added to my purse or something being taken out of it just by picking it up. How do I know that? Because of how long I've carried my belongings. Someone else could carry my things for me, but I wouldn't know my things like I need to. Creator, why did you have me carry so much? Are we reflecting on the weight? Why am I carrying so much? There is much for you to know and understand. There is much for you to become an expert in. Therefore, I will put it on you. You will know how it feels. You will know how to operate with it, because the more that you carry, the more you have. Now, we're not supposed to be weighted forever. We're not forever and ever and ever to be carrying things. But when I carry so much and I become an expert in baggage, because I've been carrying some things since I was 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 13, 14, 18, 19. When I become an expert on baggage, I get to the point where I don't need to carry everything to know everything. That's why I carried it so long. We're talking about wisdom. I now can set all my bags down, and I can tell you what each bag contains, when it's been removed, what I could give to someone else, what I don't need, and what I'm listen. I've become an expert based on what I carried, and I carried so much based on what I had. And now my wisdom allows me to sit things down and still know them because of how long I carried them. It is come to a point when we reflect on the weight where we say, like, look, I've carried my family long enough. I've carried these generational curses long enough. I've carried these scars long enough. I am so wise that I don't have to be in pain to know pain, to see pain, to heal pain. I carried it, and I became an expert in the baggage. Guys, reflect on the weight. Look back at it differently. Look back at it differently. The more you lift, the more you are. The more you carry, the more you have. This is why there was so much for you to do. This is why there was so much for you to carry, for you to lift. This is why there was so much for you to walk through, so much for you to put together. Reflect on the weight differently. Now, here's our second point, weight, W-A-I-T, right? Weight. In our second point, we talk about pause for the patience. Pause for the patience, the waiting. Ooh, child. That waiting is just doing something to us, isn't it? Waiting for relief. Waiting for Mr. Right, waiting for Mrs. Right, waiting for the money, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the children, waiting for the positive pregnancy test, waiting for them to go to college, waiting for them to have children. Like, we're waiting. We are living life in the weight of things. We are making our joy contingent on things that may come. We are making our peace contingent on things that shall happen. But the weight is killing us. I want us to be able to pause for the patience. We hear all the time, patience is a virtue. Patience is a characteristic of the successful. And I'm trying to tell you, I don't know why we run from patience so much. Because one thing the Creator gonna make you do is wait. Creator is gonna strengthen and perfect your patience before He blesses you with graciousness. Before He blesses you abundantly, He will surely. Listen, y'all. Listen, Linda. Before the Creator gives you everything He already has for you, keep that in mind, it's already yours. Before the Creator gives you everything He has in store for you already, He is going to perfect your patience. That's across the board. That is whether you are, whatever your purpose and your mission is, that patience gonna get perfected. He is going to perfect your patience. Why? Why, Creator? Why is the patience so strong? Why is the patience such a big part of my growth? Because there is wisdom in the waiting. The wisdom is in the waiting, guys. Just wait for it. Grasshopper, you know, you're raising children. Oh my gosh, the daughters, they can't wait to get their moon. Then they can't wait to get some, feminine parts. Then they can't wait. And the boys too can't wait to get some hair. They can't wait to get a car. They can't wait to get the car keys. They just in a rush for the next thing. But why is the waiting such a rights, y'all? Your rights is in the waiting. You're not supposed to be waiting weary. You're not supposed to be waiting worried. You're not supposed to be waiting weighed down. You're supposed to be waiting in jovial, in good spirit, in gratitude, in faith, light heart. And when you wait in that way, there comes an understanding about life, how it works, about manifestation, what it requires, and what it transforms in you to create. I know everybody is not a mother and having given birth to a child. But let me tell you about what you learn carrying that person inside your body for almost 10 months. What you learn about love is something you would never have learned in any other arena. What you learn about yourself and about your strength and about your character. What you learn about your abilities. What you learn about God and your focus. It is no patience like a whole person taking over your body, over your life, over your hormones for almost a year. 5 times. I'm just throwing that in there. I'm going to throw in another one for almost 20 years. Okay, I've been in the game. Y'all, I'm just getting excited, okay? Y'all, that's a sidebar because I'm excited about this 20th coming up for my oldest, okay? So, 5 times letting someone take over your body. But here's the thing. The wisdom is in the waiting. You don't think that the creator, listen, nothing else goes almost that long other than an elephant when it comes to making a person. Dogs and cats and birds. I mean, you have some species lay an egg, they don't even have to carry something inside their body. But nothing else goes that long becoming one with something. There is wisdom in the waiting. Reflect on your weight. Reflect on your weight. Creator, why don't I have this now? I must be waiting. Am I waiting wrong? Creator, I'm about to give up on this. Creator, I'm about to break under this. Creator, I can't take this anymore. I need this now. Yesterday. I want this right now. Reflect on your weight. Are you waiting wrong? Are you waiting wisely? Let me change my weight. I need to wait differently. Pause for the patience. Pause. Getting yourself all worked up. Getting yourself bent all out of shape. Starting to doubt yourself. Starting to give up on yourself. Starting to become defeated. Pause for the patience. Create up and just wait. Listen. There are so many times when I felt like I was ready for something right now. I want it right now. I want this career right now. I want this marriage right now. I want this opportunity right now. Got up in it and realized, wait, I'm not ready. I was not ready. This is not what I thought this was going to be. Pause. I want to be a millionaire. Oh my goodness. If someone would just make us rich overnight, we'd take it. If we knew what being a millionaire take, we'd wait on it. If someone would give it to us overnight, we would take it. But if we knew what it takes, we'd wait on it. I'm a doula. I tell my moms all the time, I know you're getting to the end of labor and delivery. You want this baby out of you yesterday. But let me tell you, day 2 at home with the baby with a brand new newborn, you are going to be grateful for this day. With this person inside you still and a little bit of freedom to yourself. Take your time in it. When that labor starts, oh, so many women like, I'm ready, I'm over it. But when that labor starts, and there is no rewind button, almost every woman, including myself, have gotten to the point where I was not right. I can't do this. I can't do it. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't want to do this today. Can I come back tomorrow? If it would be given to us overnight, we'd take it. But if we knew what it takes, we'd wait on it. That goes for everything, my love. That goes for your marriage and your expectations and your relationships, your connecting, your bonds, your friendships, your accomplishments, your achievements, your certifications. And hey, let us not ever lose ambition and forward motion, but let us give thanks for the wisdom in the waiting. Creator, my rights is in the waiting. So many of us want to be prepared. Creator, prepare me. One of my favorite songs, prepare me. As one of my favorites, please prepare me to be a sanctuary. Many of us want to be prepared, to be molded, to be skilled, to be sharpened. Peace, my love. All is well. Many of us want to be prepared. And we don't understand that in the waiting is the rights. The rights is in the waiting. The patience, your pause for your patience, because your rights is in your waiting. Your wisdom is in your waiting. We have to, how are we waiting? Reflect on your waiting differently. Reflect on it differently. Ashe, look back at that thing from a whole nother perspective. Be in alignment with your assignment in the way that you are 1000% okay with the becoming of yourself. I'm understanding that I am asking the Creator to prepare me. I'm not just saying make me a wife, prepare me. Y'all, it's a different request. It's a different request. It's a different understanding. It's a different level of operation. It is a different mode of growth. Change the way you wait. Change the way you wait and you'll change the wait. Creator, prepare me. That's what the waiting is about. For a new career. Creator, prepare me. I want something that I haven't worked through. Listen. I want something so bad that I haven't worked through. I want a husband with my broken pieces. I want a child with my broken childhood. I want money with my poor financial literacy. I want something that I haven't worked through. And I'm upset with the Creator for making me wait. I'm acknowledging the pain in my patience and not the purpose in it. I'm just so tired of waiting, Creator, because it makes me angry and lonely and sad and frustrated and everybody else and everything else. And I'm just tired of waiting. And the Creator is saying, there's purpose in your patience. There's wisdom in your waiting. Ashe, thank you, my love. There is wisdom and rights in your waiting. Wait differently. Creator, thank you. Listen, when we want to get into this, why haven't I had this by now? Why haven't I perfected this by now? Why isn't this mine by now? You're waiting wrong. You're waiting wrong. Creator, thank you for preparing me. Thank you for preparing me for the place that you have for me. I know it's there. Why am I so impatient? I know it's mine. Why am I so anxious? I know that I'm worthy. Why am I so stressed? Because if it's mine and I have it and you've created it for me and I don't have it, I must be working towards it. I must be being prepared for it. And then my babies are ready to eat. They've been at school all day. They come home. I come in the house. I'm cooking. They've been eating on little snickety snacks. They want dinner. And they might be like, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I want food. They want food right now. I can get you something in the microwave. It's not going to be nutritious. It's not what I have in mind for you. It's not what you need for your health and the benefit of yourself. What you need, I'm going to have to work on. And when I go to work on it, guess what I'm going to have to do? You got to go wash your hands. Put your electronics away. Set the table. This is the part that we get frustrated in. Wash my hands. Set the table, but I'm hungry. Wash my hands. Go set the table. Go sit at the, put my stuff away. But I'm just, wash my plate and get my cup. And I don't want to. The Creator says, I am preparing you. You mad because you think you're waiting when you're being prepared to eat. You're not an animal. I am preparing you to receive what I have set up for you. You're going to eat. My kids, they sit with their plate. They see me making plates. Trying to jump their plate in front of someone else. This is us. This is how we work with life. Grown, big-aged people. This is how we work with blessings. This is how we work with our turn. This is how we work with our next space, our next level. But why I gotta do all this and I just want to eat? And then I got the plate and I just want to, I am preparing you. Wait differently. Wait differently. I know that it's been a minute. I know that you've been faithful. I know that you've been asking. I know that you've been seeking. And here's the thing, if I know, God knows. We do not serve a cruel creator that would have you seek without obtaining. And if you don't have it, it's because you are still learning. Creator, please allow me to continue to learn the lesson so that I can obtain the blessing. Stop trying to get to the blessing without the wait. There's purpose in your patience. If you focus on the pain and the patience, then the pain will reign. But if you focus on the purpose and the patience, you will understand that you are being prepared and that there's wisdom in your wait and that you have been in a rights. See, while I am waiting on him, I am being prepared for him. I am being prepared in my loneliness. I am being prepared in my planning. I am being prepared in my contemplating. I am being prepared in my reflection. Look back at it differently. Last part, Ashe, stop waiting. Okay, so this session entitled Reflect on the Wait, 2 parts of wait, W-E-I-G-H-T and W-A-I-T. Okay, reflect on the wait. We work through the weight of things, the heaviness, the lightness of our heart that is needed and how to obtain that. And we said the more that you lift, the more you are, and the more you have, the more you carry. We went through our journeys, why our journeys were the way they are, why they look the way they look, and what they are supposed to create in us. Then we pause for the patience. We talked about waiting, W-A-I-T, and the wisdom in waiting. And the purpose in patience and the rights in being prepared, right? And now we're going to the bottom. Stop waiting, start working. Waiting, W-E-I-G-H-T-I-N-G. Stop waiting, waiting. Stop waiting, start working. Oh, but I just been waiting on this to happen, and I just been trying to get this, and I just been trying to get this singing career and get this dream and build this castle on the sky. I've just been trying. Stop waiting on it and work. Work. If I don't have it by now, we talked about the weights earlier, right? We talked about those weights got lighter the more we put in to the work, right? If you work out all the time, the workout just gets easier and easier and easier. What I'm saying is, when we are waiting for God to do something instead of working with God for it to happen, the weight weighs on us differently. And my thing is, I'm not waiting on you, God, because this is what we say. This is what we manifest. This is what we project. This is what we perpetuate, waiting. If I understood that he was working, I'm talking about faith, y'all. If I understood that he was working, I would wait differently. If I understood that it's working, it's happening, I'm becoming, I wait differently. Oh, but just get me to lose this weight. Oh, but just get me to this wedding day. Oh, but just get me to this. Oh, no, there's a process. There's a happening to happiness. There's a happening to happiness. That means action. That means motion. That means intention. Stop waiting. I'm waiting on God to fix this roof. I'm waiting on God to move me out this house. I'm waiting on you. Waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you. One with God. Jinyame. Jinyame. I'm not waiting with God. I'm working with God. One with. You're waiting on him when you should be working with him. I'm just going to sit here and I do good things and I try hard and I stay faithful and work with him. But do you work counterproductively towards your vision? I'm just IJS. Look, I ain't judging. I'm in it. I'm in a number. But do you work counterproductively towards your vision? Do you manipulate your manifestation with your low vibrations? I just been waiting on it to come up and looking at this vision board. I've been talking about it, praying about it. Where is it? But you don't want to talk about when you manipulated your manifestation with your own low vibration. How you pause it with your own doubt and your own trauma and your own ways. Stop waiting on it. Start working with the Creator. I have time today for myself. I'm wanting the Creator to have someone to join my life and complete my existence and complete my life and help relieve my burden. I have time today to make myself the person that would complement a person, that can live with a person, that communicate with a person, that can work with. Listen, I'm not waiting on God because it's already been done. I will wait in vain. It will cause me nothing but frustration and anger, resentment, which is many of us are walking around. We're angry, we're tired, we're spent, we're burnt, we're broken because we're waiting on something that is already done. The insanity of it all. We're waiting on something that is already, listen, the husband exists. That mansion, it exists. The dream career, it exists. The sisterhood, it exists. The brotherhood, it exists. The community, it all exists. I'm one with the creator. I am a creator. So as I think it, so as I speak it, so it is. It is, but I don't have it. Well, if you don't have it, it's because you have not worked towards it just yet. And if you've been working, then you are moving and you wait differently. Stop waiting, start working. Stop waiting, start working. You can't just go to work, come home from work, watch TV, and think that your house is just going to open up into all of these blessings. Create, pray, read, fast, ritualize, communicate, commune, give, receive, move the energy. Stop waiting, start working. I'm working on myself. I'm working on my wounds. I'm working on my trauma. I'm working on my history. I'm working on my plans. I'm working on my dreams. See, I want God to make my dreams come true and haven't invested any time in my own dream. The insanity of it all. I want God to make my dreams come true, but haven't invested any time into my own dream. I weaken my dream. I sometimes my dream. I backburner my dream and want it to manifest. I've manipulated my own manifestation. Stop waiting and start working. Stop waiting and start working. When you start working for it, it starts working for you because it is already there, and your work is the vehicle from where you are to where it is. Your work is the vehicle from where you are to where it is, but you're carrying so much, and you're holding so much, and you're keeping so much, and it all won't fit in your vehicle. And then you're losing your patience, and you're on your mama's clock, and you're on your clock, and you on every clock but God's. You're on the timeline of everybody on Love and Hip Hop, and you're on the timeline of everybody in the history books that you read about, and you're on everybody's timeline. Look, some of us not investing in our dreams because we on timelines. You on everybody's timeline except for God's. Stop waiting. Start working. And watch the work of your inner being, of your greatness and your divinity, the strength and the power endowed within you as a co-creator of life. Yes, Queen, you carry life. Yes, Queen, you give life. Yes, King, you co-create. Yes, King, you give life. As a co-creator of life, work. Your work shows. See, I don't even have to hear what you saying out your mouth. I don't even want to know. I don't even have to know your story. I know your work ethic by looking at how you wait. You know what? You got some people that the plan haven't even actualized, but they got a plan for a plan. They got the next thing, they got the next move, they got the next thing. They did one thing, they did the next thing. I said, oh, I like the way you wait. I like the way you wait. You taking care of business. And then you got some people just hoping and a picking and a daydreaming and a complaining. Like, oh no, I don't like the way you wait. You waiting on something that's already existing. That's insanity. I need to see your vehicle towards it. I need to see your vehicle towards it. Thank you all for joining me for another Moment of Harmony. I love you all so very much. I am always grateful for these moments. I am always grateful for you all joining and exchanging with me. Please like, share, and subscribe on this moment so that we can get the momentum of the moments up and going. I love you so very much, and I will see you next week for another moment of harmony.